Well, hello there. Welcome to another conversation, 15-minute conversation in consciousness. My name's Tom Griffin, and I've
I'm
got a lovely
Anthony
friend here,
Lombardo.
my friend Anthony Lombardo.
Hey,
Um,
pal.
and the idea here is that we look at and explore the insights of ancient intuitive wisdom, but importantly, from the perspective of how they can make a tangible, real difference to the way in which we lead and live our lives today. So today, I sent you over a list, and what on that list did you kind of resonated with you? What do you want to
Yeah.
chat about?
By the way, everyone watching, Tom puts together these amazing lists when we talk about stuff. And one of the many things on his list that really fascinated me was beginner's mind.
Ah,
And
beginner's mind.
there's
Right.
there's a lot of ways we can go with this, but Tom, I'd love to hear what your take on that topic is.
Okay. Well, beginner's mind, kind of Zen Buddhism, as I'm sure many people know, Dogen Zenji, 13th century Soto school of Buddhism. That's kind of where it sort of seems to have come from. What is beginner's mind? Beginner's mind. Well, it's not actually about just being a beginner. It's really about this idea that all knowledge is by definition limited and limiting. You know, it exists. Knowledge by definition exists within this paradigm, within this space, and any attempt to use knowledge to express our true nature as conscious beings is inevitably going to fall short. Whereas Shoshin, that's beginner's mind or not knowing mind, so Shoshin is open and free. It doesn't have any limits. It's like childlike curiosity every time, in every moment. And as soon as there's a sense of assuming that you know something or you know how something's going to go, well, that's the beginning of things not working out for you. It's to kind of remain completely open. And Zen monks, actually, the more expert a Zen monk is, the more time they spent on the cushion, the more thousands of hours of meditation they have, well, then the more they're able to be in beginner's mind, because it's a state of open perspective, if you like. And that's what fascinates me about it.
I love it. I mean, beginner's mind, you think of it, it's classic hallmark of mindfulness. That's
Yeah.
really what you're training yourself when you to do. Curiosity. Like I love that word. What a better way to live than to live with curiosity. I got a quote for you on this, and you know, forgive me, I forget who said it. You probably heard it, but it goes, in the beginner's mind, there are many possibilities, but in the experts, there are few.
Beautiful.
I love that because,
Beautiful.
for me personally, like everyone wants to be an expert, right? Everyone wants to feel valued and be a thought leader, quote unquote thought leader or a subject matter expert. And
Well, it was Socrates, wasn't it, that said that the more I learn, the less I realize I know. Uh,
yeah.
and that and that is true. The more we the more we discover about the kind of the true nature of what it is to be a conscious being conscious, the more we discover how limited and limiting any kind of perspective that we can have. And so therefore there is something deeper beyond mere knowledge, in the sense that knowledge actually ends up trapping you. When
Mm.
when we used to think that the world ended over there, the world was flat, that was our knowledge, and as a species, we believed in that, and that limited us. The edge of the map, there'd be monsters there. We don't go there because we don't know what's there. We need to live within this kind of this sort of parochial empire that we built for ourselves. And that's
Yeah.
why it doesn't at all say that knowledge is bad. It's not. Knowledge is a good thing. It's a really good thing. But for goodness sake, don't believe that it's the only thing. And in fact, it is more limiting than it is liberating. I mean, we're about what, six minutes in now, so we should start to look at the ways in which we can take this idea of beginner's mind and apply it to stuff that's really useful. And certainly one of the ways that I use it when I'm working with somebody, I always say to them, look, at some point, pretty early on in our conversation, I'm going to ask you something about what you've said or something I've heard or what I see. And you're going to think about this question. And after a few minutes and, a bit of frustration, you're eventually going to go, I don't know. To which I'll say, fantastic. Now we're in exactly the right place. Because by definition, all of those things that we want to know, that we need to know, are in the space of I don't know. And if we go around, one, pretending that we know them, well, then we're going to get into all kinds of mess. And two, fearing that space of I don't know, well, then we're just going to close ourselves off. Whereas when you look at a child, the idea of I don't know, that's a statement of excitement, because it means I'm about to find out something new, right?
Absolutely. I mean, these three words, I don't know, are the wisdom of a sage. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know, the three greatest words you can say. And we're all guilty of wanting to know and wanting to be a know-it-all.
Yes.
But I would dare to say that if you could live with I don't know as a guiding principle for your life, your life would transform. Your life would be more fascinating, more exciting, more fun. Living armed with I don't know is really living with eyes wide open, right? Instead of being closed off,
What came up for me as you were saying that was like, is to have it become like an ambition. I want to be in the space of I don't know. I want to find myself in environments and circumstances and conditions where I say, do you know, I don't know. And that brings about a smile, because what you then know is you're about to discover something. That the field is wide open. And this idea that if you think of yourself as the artist of your own life, well, there you are in the space of I don't know, in front of a blank canvas. And upon that blank canvas, you can then paint whatever it is you want.
Oh, I love that. Love that. Like, make it a game. Make I don't know a game in your life.
Make I don't
What
know.
is the secret? What is the secret to happiness? I don't know.
Does
Does God exist? I don't know.
I don't know.
What is enlightenment? I don't know.
I don't know.
Is what Tom and I is saying right now accurate? I don't know. Everything is I don't know.
It's brilliant, isn't it? You're right. Those three words, they're absolute. There's that lovely expression, I don't mind what happens. I think it was J. Krishnamurti said that. But this is a kind of another one of those jewels. I don't know. And that's not only is that okay, that's actually cool.
It is. I mean, I'm going to read you a little snippet of a poem. I don't know if Mary Oliver.
Okay.
I saw this in her poem "When Death Comes," and it's one of her few lines in the poem goes, "When it's over, I want to say, all my life I was a bride married to amazement. I was the bridegroom taking the world into my arms. A bride married to amazement."
Wow.
I only wish I could live every moment of my life like that.
Wow. I don't know. That's brilliant, isn't it? That is,
yeah.
Because see, this is the thing. I think was it Einstein that said intuition is more important than knowledge. And there's the kind of the greatest scientific mind of our age, but recognizing absolutely its limitation. As soon as you start to think, and I've certainly had that experience in meditation. We've got about 4 or 5 minutes left. I've certainly had that experience in meditation. When I think I know, that's when the wheels fall off. It's all right, okay, yeah, I'm gonna meditate, and then okay, I know where I'm going now. I'm exploring this, and yeah, okay, I know how I enter that space, and then suddenly the trying to enter or trying to follow, a predetermined or a path previously walked, and like I said, the wheels just fall off. It just doesn't happen because you're trying to repeat a previous pattern rather than allowing yourself to be open to what's occurring in the very moment.
Yeah.
So in that sense, you are to a certain extent, you can say all knowledge is past. All knowledge is a reference to the past, because by definition, in order to come up as a thought in your head, it's referring to something that takes you out of the moment, out of the now.
Since we have a few minutes left, let me ask you this. Why do you think we are so set on knowing everything? Why are we wired to be know-it-alls?
Do you know what? Well, what came up for me as soon as you asked the question was the word fear. And the imperative, the need to know, is a survival based. I need to know, or else. That so that's the one side of the answer. The other side is, of course, wonderment and curiosity, and a beautiful path of kind of humility, and wanting to open yourself up to a vast expanse that's way beyond you. So there's kind of two dimensions of that. On one side, fear. On one side, curiosity. What have you got for that?
I think it's fear-based too, but I'm more fascinated, like in the workplace. Why does everyone want to be the person, the smartest person? Not everyone, I shouldn't say that, but we're driven to want to be the smartest person in the room, to have all the answers. So something on a more practical level, like from your experience, what would you say? Why do you think like I'm guilty of this? Like why humans, we just want to be the know-it-all.
Yeah, one know-it-all ego. I mean, that sense of kind of I will be judged by what I know, and the kind of the primacy of knowledge over intuition, the inverse.
I love you just said that. We're going to be judged by what I know. We worry what our peers are going to think of us based on what we know, what we lack, we don't know, right? Yeah.
But wisdom says, I don't know.
I love I don't know.
Wisdom says, I don't know. I love, I don't know. There's that lovely, I know what I know. I know what I don't know. I don't know what I don't know, that kind of stuff. And the vast field, if you think about it just from our understanding at the quantum level, whatever it is, 80, 95% is dark matter or dark energy. And yes, we can make inferences about what it might be, but really we don't know. And so therefore we base everything that we do know on that small percentage of of matter that we can measure and engage with and be involved with. And every time we get toward there's the atom, and that's indivisible, that's the end of it. And it's, oh no, we can split the atom, and oh no, there's a quark, and oh no, there's muons, and in it goes. And there's actually no such thing as particles. Everything's a wave, and it comes out of that. It's on and on and on into this sort of deeper level of what's not of what we think we know, but in reality, the idea of not knowing, and we probably need to wrap up any minute now. The idea of not knowing and being beautifully comfortable with, well, actually, not only beautifully comfortable with, but actively seeking out, I don't know. God, it gives you a lot of freedom, right?
Parting words for me. Imagine what you could bring to it, each area of your life. For one day, if you treated everything I don't know, your relationship with your spouse, if they say something and you think you know the answer, I don't know. Your work, your coworkers, I don't know. Projects, I don't know. Your business, I don't know.
Isn't that
everything? I don't know. Do it for a day.
Do it for a day. That's lovely. Because that idea of, what's my relationship like with my partner at the moment? I don't know. Instantly curious. I'm going to find out. So, boy, you're going to become a good listener. Boy, you're going to be,
Yeah.
I love that. That's a great one, Anthony. Yeah. There we go. There's your challenge. Spend a day in the space of I don't know. Beautiful. Nice one, Anthony. Beautiful. All right. Love the conversation again. Take it easy.
Yes. You too.
Cheers, man. Bye.
Bye.